Since Boeing was selected as the contractor for the US Air Force's sixth-generation fighter F-47, people have made countless speculations about this state-of-the-art aircraft model. However, when the sketch was announced, many people were so surprised that they slapped the table and exclaimed that they had been deceived. Many people realized it looked exactly like the X-36, a prototype from 30 years ago. So what kind of aircraft is the X-36 that possesses such advanced technology? Why did the US military wait until now to bring it back? Today, we will learn about Boeing's X-36 prototype. From the sketch images of the F-47 published by the US Air Force, it can be seen that this is a fighter without a tail wing with a canard design. It is very similar to the X-36, a prototype from the mid-1990s developed by McDonnell Douglas's Phantom Workshop in collaboration with NASA. The X-36 is not a standard-sized aircraft, but is just a 28% remote-controlled model, operated by the pilot from a simulated cockpit on the ground. The aircraft is equipped with a camera on the nose, providing a first-person perspective for the pilot. It is worth noting that the X-36 has large canards at the front. This design is not popular with the US because it creates a surface that reflects radar waves, reducing stealth. Unlike the main wing, which can shield radar waves from the horizontal tail, the canards have difficulty hiding radar signals. Furthermore, canards make balancing lift more complex, especially when lifting devices are deployed, requiring additional design to ensure stability. The fly-by-wire electronic control system for this type of aircraft is also very difficult to program. Although technical problems can be solved, the design and maintenance process becomes complex and expensive. In addition, with the powerful propulsion engine of American fighter jets, the benefits of canards are not so obvious, so the US rarely uses this design and even believes that canards should only appear on their opponent's aircraft. However, it cannot be denied that canards provide outstanding lift and maneuverability, helping to push the limits of aircraft. When facing a deadlock in development, the US military may have considered testing this design. Just like a top martial artist doesn't need to practice unique moves, but when faced with a big threat without a way to break the situation, they will not hesitate to take out the secret to practice. The X-36 demonstrated that the forward fully controlled canards could suppress the nose lift force generated by the airflow, while creating downdrafts to increase the energy of the airflow over the main wing, thereby significantly improving lift. In addition to the canard, what advanced technological features does the X-36 also possess? This aircraft uses a special type of wing called a lambda wing, which combines the advantages of swept wings and delta wings. The wing has a swept forward angle to reduce drag during supersonic flight, while the trailing edge has a concave serrated shape to reduce radar reflection area, enhancing stealth. This design ensures supersonic performance that is not inferior to a delta wing, while maintaining maneuverability and flight range at high pressure. Both China's sixth-generation fighter and France's NGF Future adopt a similar design, but the X-36 from the 1990s was one of the first models to use a lambda wing with a large swept angle and a W-shaped trailing edge, demonstrating design maturity. However, lambda wings also have disadvantages, such as poor stability at high-speed flight. To ensure stability, aircraft cannot have a vertical tail. So how to control a plane without a vertical tail? If you zoom in on the trailing edge of the X-36's wing, you'll see 4 separate flaps that control roll and yaw and can also act as deceleration plates. The X-36 also applies advanced thrust navigation technology, both enhancing maneuverability and reducing radar reflection area. To handle the complex aerodynamic shape, McDonnell Douglas has equipped the aircraft with a modern digital electronic control system. With a size of only about 5.5 meters in length and a wingspan of 3.18 meters, if converted into a real aircraft, the X-36 would be about 19.8 meters long and a wingspan of 11.3 meters, slightly larger than the F-22 in length, but shorter in wingspan. The aircraft weighs 576 kilograms when fully fueled and is powered by a Williams F-112 engine, which produces approximately 3.1 kilonewtons of thrust. From May to November 1997, Boeing, McDonnell Douglas, and NASA conducted 31 X-36 test flights at the Armstrong Flight Research Center in Edwards, California, totaling 15 hours and 38 minutes of flight time. The aircraft uses 4 different versions of control software, reaches an altitude of 6,100 meters, a maximum speed of 376 kilometers per hour, a maximum angle of attack of 40 degrees, and exhibits performance like a real fighter. The project team tested the X-36's maneuverability at low speeds with large angles of attack and high speeds with small angles of attack. The aircraft showed outstanding stability, good maneuverability, and excellent control at both high and low speeds. According to the person in charge of NASA, the X-36 program has achieved or exceeded all set goals, which is considered a great success. So why was such a superior prototype not developed into a finished product, and what relationship does it have to the 6th generation fighter F-47? In 1998, the US Air Force Research Laboratory signed a contract with Boeing to test the X-36's flight control system. In December of the same year, 2 additional research flights were performed in which control surface simulation errors were successfully resolved by the software, proving the reliability of the system. However, after that, this potential project suddenly disappeared, and there was no longer any information about the continued development of the X-36. According to sources, the US military's main purpose in developing the X-36 is to verify the feasibility of vertical tailless fighters and related flight control technologies. Once the core objective was accomplished and the necessary data collected, the military did not see the need for further development. In the late 1990s, the US focused on stealth fighters such as the F-22 and F-35, while the technology of the X-36 was not mature enough. The Lambda wing, although well balanced between maneuverability and speed, is not as suitable for stealth and supersonic requirements as the Diamond wing. Therefore, the X-36 project was stopped. Until recently, when the sketch image of the F-47 was published, the X-36 was mentioned again because of the similarity in design. Both are vertical, tailless aircraft with canards, and this design appears to have become the standard for 6th generation fighters. Boeing's X-36 was developed to test the feasibility of this layout, so it is likely that the F-47 has inherited the research results on vertical tailless control, mixed aerodynamic layout, and unmanned control technology of the X-36. Although the canard is not the optimal choice for stealth and does not fit with American tradition, it is still a proven viable solution. The sketch of the F-47 also shows a smaller canard. However, whether this design will be retained or not depends on whether the US wants to develop stably or venture into a new direction. The sketch of the F-47 does not reveal many details, but it can be seen that the nose of both aircraft is quite similar. Both are shovel-shaped, although the nose of the F-47 is wider to accommodate a larger radar. The bubble cockpit also provides excellent visibility for the pilot. Other than that, there is not much information for further analysis. In general, the X-36 and the outline of the F-47 have many similarities, and the 6th generation fighter may have used part of the data from the X-36, but aimed at goals such as comprehensive stealth, artificial intelligence coordination, and multi-domain combat. However, before the F-47 is officially launched, its design may change, even completely change, making it still a big question mark whether the X-36 will be inherited or not.